Rich Tehrani with TMC here. We're at Interop 2013. I'm in the TLF booth speaking with Carl. Carl, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
So tell me, what are we seeing here?
What we're seeing here is actually the piece of software that sits on top of the Interop net that we have over that NOC, basically adding an SDN control layer to it. So it's a piece of software that sits in the middle of the network and provides all the nice abstractions for programmers and centralized management that you would expect from an SDN network. Basically taking this very impressive, very extreme network of 70 pieces of hardware from 17 different vendors and making it to a one programmable whole, giving complete control over these parts. So that's what actually drew us in here, and of course we have to entertain some of the floor walkers as well, so hence the booth.
So in terms of deployment in enterprises and other environments, walk me through some of those scenarios and how you solve problems for your customers.
Sure. So actually the kind of underlying interest in our product comes from the need for automation and programmability, and that usually plays out kind of differently across traditional service providers and data centers. So let me tell you about one of each. So one of the things that we have been able to make a press release about is Deutsche Telekom's TerraStream project, where they use this product to actually provide a service-oriented programmable interface to this big transport network, and thereby vastly reducing the need for humans doing interventions in the network, while actually being able to maintain the traditional vendor space. So they basically add this on top of existing networking technologies now, and they get this nice service-oriented API on top of it, which is very much in line with their kind of features that they are required in order to completely rethink how transport networks work.
So tell me about some of the automation. What are some of the areas that used to need manual interference or intervention that don't?
Sure. Actually, the way we think about this product is that we're looking at networks and thinking together with our customers, where are the frequent changes made? Where are these frequent changes very complex, meaning that you have to do a lot of things per change? And where is it expensive to fail in some kind of criteria? Someone gets mad at you, or actually there's actually money to it. So if you look at traditional data center networks, there's a lot of things happening around layer 2 or VLANs, if you like, queue based, or anything that has to do with shifting traffic based on where traffic sources and traffic sinks are. So there's been a lot of manual work. It's very repetitive, very error prone, and this is typically one of the things that our data center audience really want automated. Just get the humans out of the loop and just let our friends, the robot here, do the hard work, right? Because he or she fails much more seldomly, and it's a much more repetitive and repeatable process if there's actually software doing it. So that would be a kind of a canonical example of how data centers would approach this.
Anything else we should know?
Well, again, you should know that I still think that the Interop network is, people are underinformed about the pretty amazing variety of equipment and a variety of vendors that come together and under a couple of few days stand up a very impressive network using cutting edge features. And to give more praise to these guys and taking a look at what we're doing, again, taking these very complex networks with many vendors and many different networking technologies, and we can provide a very solid, robust interface on top of that. You can actually manage that as a single asset. So I think giving more praise to the Interop people or the Interop net people and going and have a look at what our software can do on top of that massively complex and very, very impressive network.
Thanks for your time.
Oh, you're welcome.